there's a story. Again, I may have told you guys this privately. I definitely haven't told it on the show, so bear with me if you've heard this before. But it's while I was Uber driving out in California. And for whatever reason this night, I was in West Hollywood, which I generally avoided just because people go to West Hollywood to get sloppy every night of the week. I'm not saying that's by and large. It's not everybody, but people go there and they just get hammered. And I pick up these 3 women at that Club Pump. You know, that dopey reality show is based on.
Horn or
it's
whatever,
always
right?
tourists. If you have between 2 to 4 females who are tourists, they would be at that club or restaurant. I don't know is it a bar? Is it a club? I don't really know. But they would go there because they saw it on, I assume it's E. All those friggin' shows are on E. Anyway, so I pick up these 3 women who were in from Chicago. These 2 women on the younger side, I'm going to say maybe 25-ish, with a woman who was mid-40s, I'm going to say. This woman, who's in her mid-40s, had that kind of classic Midwestern mom accent. And it made the situation so much funnier. Yes, because she probably hadn't been out to party in a while. I imagine this woman was a mom. I realize it's stereotyping a little bit. But it's also the way things went down that kind of suggested she was trying to remain very proper in front of these younger women. She's sitting there as we're driving along. It's, oh, God, I don't feel so good. And she said it just like that, like a stereotypical cartoonish Midwestern mom accent. She just said it like that. Oh, gosh, I don't feel so good. And now, having dealt with it a couple of times.
In the back of your car.
Well, I bought a box of sick bags at CVS that I had at the ready where I could reach out my right hand. So I was like a quick draw artist in the Old West. And I just went, here you go. And just handed her this sick bag that she could hold just in case there was anything. And I would give it to somebody as soon as I heard anybody say anything related to that, because I said, this car is going to be vomit free. I'm not going to have anybody throw up. I've heard the horror stories. It's one of the first 2 questions people ask you when they get into an Uber when they're trying to make conversation, because all they know about you is that you drive for Uber. It's just like, you ever had anybody throw up? And I never had anybody throw up, and I was going to keep that streak alive. I handed the bag. Here you go.
Bitch from Minnesota is not going to throw up in my car.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. You know, she's out with her younger coworkers, so she's partying. She's drinking probably more than she would if she was out. You know, maybe she'd have a martini on a Friday night, but that would kind of be it. But since she's out with these younger coworkers of hers, and they're probably encouraging her, and these girls had a good buzz going, but they were overall fine. But just as soon as I heard oh gosh, I don't feel so good, I was just like, here we go. And I'm driving slow.
Like Frances McDormand in Fargo.
Yes,
Fargo.
Yes, it's the Fargo kind of accent.
Exactly that kind of accent.
Yes. So we're driving along, and I could see her face is starting to turn. She's like now it's kind of kicking in. And I could just imagine the monologue in her head. It's like, oh, gosh. Okay, Margaret. Hold it together. Hold it together. Don't upchuck in front of the girls. Because I just know, like, she's trying to maintain composure, and that's why it just screamed mom to me. Aside from the accent and everything, and just, you know, she was just dressed very. The other girls dressed like they were going clubbing. She was dressed very, like, let's say business casual. I see her; she's holding the bag, and she starts to raise it up, and very carefully she opens the bag, kind of lowers her mouth into the open bag, and it was the most restrained yet dainty vomiting I've ever witnessed. She's holding this bag, and it's just like, I mean, I didn't hear anything. She didn't make any noise, nothing, but I know it's going down just because her eyes are like silver dollars. So it's probably been a little while since Margaret has, you know, had a little too much to drink, and some of it came back up.
Oh, how adorable.
Then the girls who were with her were just like, yay! They were all excited. They thought it was awesome.
Yay!
And so, like they were just like, yeah, like it was a badge of honor.
Reception got drunk and
these girls were so proud of her, and it was actually kind of like that part was charming. That I thought that they were so happy that she'd gotten kind of wasted.
Touchdown.
She pulls the bag away from her mouth, kind of lifts her head up. She pulls the drawstring to close it, and just sitting there. Oh God, I'm so embarrassed. And she was really like, her face was red. It could have been from the vomiting. It could have been from embarrassment. I don't know. But we didn't have to go too far off the path where I knew where we were. And there was a gas station nearby. So I pulled in the gas station and unlocked the door and said, you could throw it out in the garbage can over there. Because as much as I tried to be professional and I'm happy to help people out, you know what? I'm not handling anybody else's vomit. So, sorry, Margaret, you can go throw out your own vomit bag and get back in the car, and we'll take you to the next club, and hopefully you have as much luck with the next guy. Hopefully the next guy has sick bags in his car.